Good morning and good afternoon, periods 2 and 7 biology. It's Mr. Rajani. Want to throw together a quick video for you on kind of what the deal is with today, Friday, the 15th. If you're keeping track like I am, we've got 13 more Fridays between now and the end of the school year. It's going to fly by. It always does. Next thing you know, it's going to be spring break. We come back from spring break. It's going to be sunny outside. Snow will be melting. It's going to start warming up, and boom, we're into May. So hang in there if you feel like things are getting overwhelming, if you're getting stressed out. It's normal. It happens every year. Teachers start to feel it too. We'll get through it together, and we're going to make the most of our time together. So yesterday, just a quick recap, or Wednesday, depending on what class period you're in, you would have taken a quiz. I have not had a chance to grade those yet, unfortunately. If you were not here one of those days, we'll need to touch base about when would be a good time to make up that quiz when I return. Remember, next week we've got parent-teacher conferences on Monday and Tuesday with kind of a unique schedule, one Monday being a longer evening day for parents to get here after work, and then Tuesday kind of being in the morning. So I will be in the building. If that's something that you wanted to try to do one of those days, we could work that out, or then obviously next week during farm or an academic assistance class. So plan for today, pretty straightforward. You guys should all get a copy of this turtle dissection pre-lab. The pre-lab is kind of an assignment to get us familiar with some of the structures of the turtle and some of the things that we're going to be looking for when we get into the turtle dissection. Very similar to the worm pre-lab that we did last semester, it is a required assignment if you want to participate in the dissection. Remember, the dissection is some of the easiest points in a grade that you will get this semester. It basically boils down to, 1, do you participate? 2, are you safe? 3, do you clean up? All right, if you check those boxes right there, it's an A. That's what it boils down to. Obviously, I want to learn things while we're going through it. We don't get to do stuff like this that often, and we want to make the most of our time. For those people who just absolutely don't think they're going to be able to function and to participate in the turtle dissection pre-lab, in the turtle dissection lab itself, there is an alternate assignment. It's also the alternate assignment that students will have to do if you are absent. It's really, really tough, okay, to miss this kind of stuff because we can't make up a dissection, right? That's not something I can have you come in during farm and just do. I only have so many turtles. They're expensive. I have to separate them out between my two classes, and when they're gone, they're gone. So if you are absent, okay, if you miss a couple days of the dissection, or if you just don't want to participate, the alternate assignment is a lot different, and it's probably going to be harder. In my experience, students who have opted to do the alternate assignment, or maybe they've been absent and needed to do the alternate assignment, not very many follow through with it, and then that ends up hurting their grade overall. So it's kind of two ends of the spectrum. Being here, participating, being safe, and cleaning up, really easy points. Not participating, missing out, okay, not following through with what they need to do, and it can kind of bite them. So the dissection pre-lab is broken up into a couple different sections. So you got a little background info at the top there about turtles and kind of the difference between what a tortoise and a turtle is. Those two words kind of get used interchangeably sometimes, and you can read through that on your own if you want to, but it basically boils down to whether or not they live on land or mostly in the water. This first page starts off talking about some of the external structures of the skin and the outside of the turtle. Integument is a word that basically is referring to the skin of the turtle. And here in bold, I've kind of referenced some specific structures or vocabulary words, things that are going to come up over the next couple of class periods. So definitely pay attention as you're reading through this to the stuff in bold. There's some pictures there that aren't the best quality on your packets. I apologize. You can always come back to this video if it helps see things in color. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more for you, and you can kind of pause as you're working through this video if that makes it a little bit easier. Okay? Really important information on the bottom of the first page referencing the different parts of the turtle shell and the differences between its dorsal and ventral shell. So again, if you didn't have a chance after your quiz to go into Canvas And to review your directional terms, there's a post in modules from last semester. So go modules, and then I believe it's under animal classification. And then slides from 1128 to 12-1. There will be a link there to directional terms, okay? Really important that we're familiar with that anatomical language, dorsal, ventral, posterior, superior, just like last semester when we did the worm dissection. All right. So page 1 kind of has to do with the outside shell and skin. Page 2 referencing some more of the structure of the arms and some of the unique features that reptiles have with the shape of their arms. Talks a little bit about reptile temperature regulation. This all goes back to those darn feedback loop things, and warm-blooded versus cold-blooded from first semester. And there's some advantages and disadvantages listed there. And then on the last page there are 8 questions. So you guys will find every answer to these 8 questions somewhere on these first 2 pages. So that is what your task is for today, is to read through the pre-lab, okay? Work through the pre-lab questions, answer these questions to the best of your ability with some thought, with some detail, and we are going to go through these and double check our answers before we even get a chance to pull out a knife and cut into a turtle. I want to make sure we're understanding how to identify where certain things are, that we understand why turtles have some of the structure that they do have, and this is kind of a good way to get our brains in that area. So that is what your task is for today. If you want to collaborate with somebody, that is totally fine. Just please make sure you're doing your own work. If you want to listen to music and you have headphones, totally fine as well. But definitely put some thought into this. I'm not looking for one-word answers. I'm looking for some depth and a little bit more critical thinking. So hope you guys have a great day, and I will possibly see you Monday or Tuesday, but definitely next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.